Voluntary export restraint, also known as one of the variants of the import quotas. A voluntary export restraint (VER) is a quota on trade imposed by the exporting country, typically at the request of the importing country's government. One of the most famous historical examples is the limitation on auto export to the United States enforced by Japanese automobile producer in 1981. A response to direct pressure from the United States government, this VER limits Japanese import to no more than 1.68 million vehicles per year. The agreement was revised in 1984 to allow 1.85 million Japanese vehicles per year. The agreement was allowed to lapse in 1985, but the Japanese government indicated its intentions at the time to continue to restrict its export to the United States to 1.85 million vehicles per year. Foreign producers agreed to VERs because they fear more damaging punitive tariff or import quotas might follow if they do not. Agreeing to a VER is seen as a way to make the best of a bad situation by appeasing protectionist pressure in a country. As with tariff and subsidies, both import quotas and VERs benefit domestic producers by limiting import competitions. As with all restrictions on trade, quotas do not benefit consumers, as import quotas or VER always raise the domestic price of an imported goods. When imports are limited to a low percentage of a market by a quota or VER, the price is bid up for that limit foreign supply. The automobile industry VER mentioned above increased the price of the limited supply of Japanese imports. According to a study by the United States Federal Trade Commission, the automobile VER cost US consumers about $1 billion per year between 1981 and 1985. That $1 billion per year went to Japanese producers in the form of higher price. The extra profit that producers make when supply is artificially limited by an import quota is referred to as a quota rent. After import quotas and VER, now we look into local content requirements (LCR). A local content requirement is a requirement that some specific fraction of a goods be produced domestically. The requirement can be expressed either in physical terms, for example 70% of component parts, or in value terms 75% of the value of this product must be produced locally. Local content requirements have been widely used by developing countries to shift their manufacturing base from the simple assembly of products whose parts are manufactured elsewhere into the local manufacturing of components parts. They have also been used in developed countries to try to protect local jobs and industry from foreign competition. Local content regulations provide protection for a domestic producer of parts in the same way an import quota does, by limiting foreign competitions. The aggregate economic effects are also the same. Domestic producer benefits. The restriction on imports raise the price of imported components. In turn, higher price for imported components are passed on to consumers of the final product in the form of higher final prices. So, as with all trade policies, local content requirements tend to benefit producers and not consumers. Administrative policies. In addition to the formal instrument of trade policies, governments of all types sometimes use informal or administrative policy to restrict imports and boost exports. Administrative trade policy are bureaucratic rules designed to make it difficult for imports to enter a country. It has been argued that the Japanese are the master of these trade barriers. In recent decades, Japan's former tariff and non-tariff barriers have been among the lowest in the world. However, critics charge that country's informal administrative barrier to impose more than compensate for it. As with all instruments of trade policy, administrative instruments benefit producers and hurt consumers, who are denied access to possibly superior foreign products. Finally, last but not least, anti-dumping policies. In the context of international trade, dumping is variously defined as selling goods in a foreign market at below their cost of production or as selling goods in a foreign market at below their fair market value. There is a difference between these two definitions. The fair market value of a good is normally judged to be greater than the cost of producing that goods because the former includes a fair profit margin. Dumping is viewed as a method by which firms unload excess production in foreign markets. Some dumplings may be the result of predatory behavior, with producers using substantial profits from their home markets to subsidize price in a foreign market with a view to driving indigenous competitors out of the market. Once this has been achieved, so the argument goes, the predatory firm can raise price and earn substantial profit. Sometimes it might cause monopoly. Anti-dumping policies are designed to punish foreign firms that engage in dumping. The ultimate objective is to protect domestic producers from unfair foreign competitions. After we have learned through all the instruments has been used by the government as well as their functions, now it's time for us to identify the reason why the governments used to intervene in international trade. Argument for government intervention takes two paths, political and economics. Political arguments for intervention are concerned with protecting the interests of certain groups within a nation, normally the producers, as well as often at the expense of other groups known as consumers, or which achieving some political objective that lies outside the sphere of economic relationships, such as protecting environment or human rights. Economics arguments for intervention are typically concerned with the boosting the overall wealth of a nation to the benefit of all, both producers and consumers.